has a bhajan which is funny and also depressing, and just something to start before we get into our, not this one yet, it is not there. Those of you who know the language, you will understand that. चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
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 पल पल यूं आँखों में कहर धीरे धीरे, पल पल यूं आँखों कहर धीरे धीरे, चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
जो करते रहोगे भजन 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 धीरे धीरे,
मिल जाएगा वो सजन 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 धीरे धीरे,
बचपन भी जाए जवानी भी जाए,
बचपन जाए जवानी भी जाए,
बचपन भी जाए जवानी भी जाए,
बचपन भी जाए जवानी भी जाए,
बुढ़ापे का होगा असर धीरे धीरे,
बुढ़ापा होगा असर धीरे धीरे,
बुढ़ापे का होगा असर धीरे धीरे,
बुढ़ापे का होगा असर धीरे धीरे,
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
तेरे हाथ पाँव में बल ना रहेगा,
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 झुकेगी तुम्हारी कमर धीरे धीरे,
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 चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे,
शिथिल अंग होंगे एक दिन तुम्हारे,
शिथिल अंग होंगे एक दिन तुम्हारे,
शिथिल अंग होंगे एक दिन तुम्हारी,
शिथिल अंग होंगे एक दिन तुम्हारे,
फिर मंद होगी नजर धीरे धीरे,
फिर मंद होगी नजर धीरे धीरे,
फिर मंद होगी नजर धीरे धीरे, उम्र धीरे धीरे
चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे।
बुराई से मन को अपने हटा ले,
बुराई से मन को अपने हटा ले।
बुराई से मन को अपने हटा ले,
बुराई से मन को अपने हटा ले।
सुधर जाए तेरा जीवन धीरे धीरे,
सुधर जाए तेरा जीवन धीरे धीरे।
सुधर जाए तेरा जीवन धीरे धीरे।
सुधर जाए तेरा जीवन धीरे धीरे।
जो करते रहोगे भजन धीरे धीरे,
जो करते रहोगे भजन धीरे धीरे।
जो करते रहोगे भजन धीरे धीरे,
जो करते रहोगे भजन धीरे धीरे।
मिल जाएगा वो सजन धीरे धीरे,
मिल जाएगा वो सजन धीरे धीरे।
मिल जाएगा वो सजन धीरे धीरे।
मिल जाएगा वो सजन धीरे धीरे।
Exactly something like which Kabir Sahib will sing. Though it is not written by him, but something like he says, चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे. And this is for everybody, whether the person is a young person or old person, the life is ebbing away slowly. Correct or not? Every second that ticks, even for a young person, he is heading closer to the smashan. Correct? Life is ticking away, ebbing away. चली जा रही है उम्र धीरे धीरे, slowly, slowly. धीरे धीरे means slowly, slowly. पल पल यूं आठों पहर धीरे धीरे, it goes on 24/7 like that, on and on. Then चली जा रही है. जो करते रहोगे भजन धीरे धीरे. But the one who continuously and slowly goes on worshipping Bhagavan, chanting bhajan, chanting his name like that. Not one who slowly, slowly does that. While the life is going away slowly, slowly, the one who is chanting the name of the Lord slowly, slowly, who is worshipping the Lord slowly, slowly, mil jayega wo sajan dhire dhire. Slowly, slowly he also will reach Bhagavan. Eventually. Like that. Then, bachpan bhi jaye, childhood will go away, jawani bhi jaye, the youthful age will also go away, and budhape ka hoga asar dheere dheere. Everybody will come to experience old age. Everybody. In that old age, what will happen? तेरे हाथ पाँव में, hand and feet, बल ना रहेगा. Strength will not remain. Strength will not remain in hands and feet. Then what? झुकेगी तुम्हारी कमर धीरे धीरे. Slowly, slowly the waist will bend. Like that. शिथिल अंग होंगे एक दिन तुम्हारे. One day, all the limbs will become quiet. All limbs will become quiet. And फिर मंद होगी नजर धीरे धीरे. And slowly eyes also will close. I will not be able to see anything. Like that. So therefore, before all of that can happen, the last part says, बुराई से मन को अपने हटा ले. Means from the mind, remove all burai, undesirable, bad, evil, no good, this, useless, undesirable things from the mind. Before all of that happen, remove all of these things from the mind. Now that we have strength, all of us, and it's proven you have strength because you came here. So before any of that happen, remove all the undesirable things from the mind. Sudhar jai tera jivan thire thire, and the life will become perfected slowly, slowly like that. Life will become good. Jo karte rahoge bhajan thire thire, mil jayega wo sajan thire thire. It's not that depressing. It's a good message for all of us. All right. Now today's bhajan. This bhajan is very popular in Trinidad. Used to be very popular back in the old days. I don't know now if it is so popular. But we'll sing it here. Everybody can follow now. बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
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 छूटे नहीं राम, छूटे नहीं राम, छूटे नहीं राम, छूटे नहीं राम,
छूटे नहीं राम, छूटे नहीं राम,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
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 चाहे जाओ मथुरा, चाहे जाओ काशी,
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 अंतर घट का दाग न छूटे,
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 बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
चाहे पढ़ो पोथी, चाहे पढ़ो गीता,
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 बिन गुरु ज्ञान भरम नहीं टूटे,
बिन गुरु ज्ञान भरम नहीं टूटे,
बिना गुरु ज्ञान भरम नहीं टूटे,
बिन गुरु ज्ञान भरम नहीं टूटे,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
चाहे पूज देवी, चाहे पूज देवा,
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 जड़ता भाव कबहु नहीं छूटे,
जड़ता भाव कबहु नहीं छूटे,
जड़ बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
छूटे नहीं राम, छूटे नहीं राम,
छूटे नहीं राम, छूटे नहीं राम,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे,
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे।
बिन सत्संग कुमति नहीं छूटे.
Kabir Sahib is talking about the importance of satsang. And he says, all the other things that we acquire, if we don't have ourselves in satsang, if we don't be in satsang, all the other things go to naught. And he gives all the examples. Chahe jao Mathura, whether we go to Mathura, chahe jao Kashi, whether we go to Kashi, antar ghat ka dag na chhute. These impurities from inside will not go away if we don't go to satsang, if we don't find ourselves in satsang. You know why? Because the moment anybody tells you, I just went to Kashi to get darshan of Kashi Vishwanath. The moment anybody tells you that, you say, oh, you know, I went last year. So you have to tell everybody all where you went. So that becomes like one more feather in your cap. No, I've been there, I've been there, I've been there, I've been there. Like that. In other words, going there was just putting a feather in your cap. So it was not really to get any real darshan of Bhagwan and all. Everybody was going, so I also have to go. Otherwise, how did it look, you know? So chahe jao Mathura, chahe jao Kashi, antar ghar ka dag na chhute. Means to say, the impurities from inside will not go away unless I, like, see how we are in satsang, and this thing over and over and over. Not just one day satsang and like, okay, I went satsang now. Now what? Chahe padho pothi, chahe padho Gita. If I read all the Gita and I study, and then I'll go and tell everybody, you know, I memorized the whole Gita. Like though we do things like that. I memorize the whole Gita. Really? And then when you hear, really? You like to hear that, you know. I memorize the whole Gita. So chahe padho pothi, whether I read all the scriptures, studied all the scriptures, or studied all the Bhagavad Gita and everything, bina guru gyan bharam nahi chute, nahi tute. Means to say, my delusions will never go away if I don't have this satsang with the Guru and he imparts the jnana to me. No matter how much of scriptures I read, like that. Because what will happen, a lot of other impurities will come along with the study and the reading and all of that. Chahe puje Devi, chahe puje Deva. Whether I worship the Devi or the Deva, I have to be in satsang. Worshipping like that is good. We are not saying, Kabir Sahib is not meaning to say that any of it is bad. It means to say, if we have, how I explain that, you know, I like this. See, if you have eaten food and the food is not digested, then what you get? Upset stomach, isn't it? Indigestion. So in the same way, if I have studied the scriptures and I collected all the knowledge and all of that, and that thing is not digested, then that knowledge will only be a big burden for me to carry, and it will also be used as a stick to beat other people. I know the Upanishad and you don't know. It's a stick to beat the other fellow down. You see? So in satsang, what happens? That teaching of that Upanishad is digested, and then it makes me quiet. And then I have no desire to tell the other fellow, I studied Upanishad. There will be no desire like that. But that happens in satsang, where it is digested. So he said, chahe puje Devi, chahe puje Deva, jadata bhav kabahu nahi chute. Means ignorance will not go away if I just do the puja and I don't find satsang with the Guru, find satsang with the Mahatmas and the sages and sages. Jadata bhav means tamas. Tamas will not go away. Kahe Kabir suno bhai sadho, bina vivek maya nit loote. Means, without vivek, Kabir Sahib says, without vivek, Maya will forever steal us away. Maya will forever kidnap us. We are all kidnapped already. And Bhagwan Ram went looking for Sita Maya. But he will not come looking for us. We have to go looking for him. We are kidnapped by Maya. So without vivek means discriminative power, without developing that, Maya forever will steal our mind away and keep it in the quagmire of Maya, like that, all the time. That is where we are. All right. Now, today's topic. Mind. See, today's topic is there. So in the Sakhi he says, see now, first I will chant Sahanavavatu. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. कबीर मन तो एक है, कबीर मन तो एक है, भावे तहाँ लगा, भावे तहाँ लगा, भावे गुरु की भक्ति कर, Upanishad at one place, it says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoha. Bandha mokshayoha. The mind alone is the cause for bondage, and the mind alone is the cause for mukti, enlightenment. Bandhaya vishayasaktam. It says there, the bondage comes when that mind is attached to Vishaya, objects of this world. And Muktam Nirvishayam Smritam. This is not there, I'm telling from the Upanishad. Muktam Nirvishayam Smritam. The mind becomes free, the person becomes free when his mind totally detaches from all worldly things. So this is Upanishad. Kabir Sahib is saying, no, Kabir man to ek hai. We have only one mind. We don't have two minds. You may say that I have two minds about it, but we only have one mind, right? Then he says, bhave taha lagai. That mind gravitates towards whatever it likes. Whatever it has developed a likeness for, it gravitates towards that thing. So now, see, if you go to Trinidad and you eat Trinidad doubles, after you taste that most delectable street food, your mind will say, "Wah, ek aur dijiye." Please give me one more. And in Trinidad it is called A doubles. A doubles. That is their own language and all. But you have that, and then you eat one, you eat two, you eat three, right? Then you develop a likeness for that. So the next time you land in Trinidad, where the mind will go? The mind will go there only. Whatever the mind has developed a likeness for, there is where it will go. So you may be sitting listening here to me now, but if your mind has a likeness for horse racing, your mind will be there. Isn't it? And it is said a horse is the most wonderful creature in the whole world. That horse is the only animal that can take 20,000 people for a ride at the same time. Because everybody betted on that fellow. And he came last. Yeah. Anyway. So now the mind will gravitate towards whatever it likes. We only have one mind. It says, Bhave Guru ki bhakti kar, bhave vishaya kamai. Now, the freedom lies in my hand, what I am going to make that mind like. The freedom lies in whose hand? In my hand. Because everything, all likes and dislikes, they are only acquired. We say, have you heard many people saying, people from different cultures, when you eat something or you taste something from that culture, you say, I don't like it. Then the person who belongs to that culture, he says, it is an acquired taste. Have you heard that? Yes, that is an acquired taste. It means to say, you can make your mind acquire a taste for anything. So, if I make my mind acquire a taste, bhave guru ki bhakti kar. If I make my mind acquire a taste for bhakti, for the worship of the guru, for love for the guru, for satsang, for sanatan dharma, if I make my mind acquire a taste for that, the mind will naturally go there. And bhave vishaya kamai. And I can make my mind acquire a taste for only getting things of the world, hoarding things of the world, acquiring, aggrandizing, more and more, on, and the mind will naturally go there. So that freedom is in my hand. This is what Sahib means to say. The freedom is in my hand, and I have, now see, one more thing. If I want mukti, I cannot make my mind develop a taste for attachment to worldly objects. I have to make my mind develop a taste for all the things from the Shastras. If I want to go south, I cannot be traveling north to get to south. I mean, you can play Columbus, but it doesn't work like that. If I want to go north, I have to travel north, like that. Huh? So, the first thing is, in this verse, in this Doha, we have Sakhi actually. I did not tell you that word Sakhi. Huh? Sakhi is the common name given for all of the verses, couplets and all of that. One of the common names given for them. Why they are called Sakhi? Sakhi means Sakshi. Sakshi is a Sanskrit word. But in the local languages, the word sounds more sweet. Sakhi. So the local language, more sweet words. Sakhi. So why the verses are called Sakhi? Because they are witness or testimonials to truth. Witness or testimonials to truth. So they are all called as Sakhi. Okay. So Kabir manato ek hai bhave. No, so whatever Sahib just told in the verse, that is truth or not? We have one mind, and I can make that mind acquire a taste for spirituality, and I can make that mind acquire a taste for materialism. So that is in my hands. And then that choice always left. See, you can change it any day, any time. Any day, any time, I can change that. Okay, right. The next one, मन के मारे बन गए, मन तजी बस्ती माही। मन के मारे बन गए, मन तजी बस्ती माही। कहे कबीर क्या कीजिए, यह मन ठहरे नाही। कहे कबीर क्या कीजिए, यह मन ठहरे नाही। कहे कबीर क्या कीजिए, यह मन ठहरे नाही। Yes. He says, मन के मारे बन गए. It means to say, I got fed up with my mind. Why? My mind gave me a good beating. Mind gave a good beating. Well, everybody knows what that means. My mind does not let me rest in peace. All day torments me. So my mind gave me a good beating, did not let me rest in peace. My mind was all the time racing. All the time thinking, and restless and all of that sort of thing. So man ke mare, because of that mind, what happened? Ban gaye. I ran away to the forest. Because my mind tormented me. So I ran away to the forest. Then when I went to the forest, then what happened? I realized that the mind was there before me even. Huh? Before even I reached there, he was already there. Then what? Bantaji, I left the forest, and Basti Mahi, I came back to the village. I left the forest and all and came back to the village because I realized I was running away from my mind. But that fellow was already there. So I came back to the village now. And in the village now, I sit and I lament. What I lament? I lament. Kahe Kabir kya kijiye? What to do? Now what to do? What can I do? This mind will not leave me in peace. It leaves me in pieces only. Yah man tahare nahi. I cannot stop it. It goes on and on and on, isn't it? I cannot stop this mind. Even when I go to sleep in the night. When I go to sleep in the night also, when the mind makes me talk. And I say all sorts of things in my sleep. Not only talk, I walk. Some people walk also. Talk, walk, kick, anything. All that is the mind still going on, isn't it? I talk and I walk and I do. And one man, he used to jog in his sleep also. He used to go jogging in his sleep. That is the only man in history who ever got exercise and rest at the same time. To jog in that sleep. Anyway, so that is the nature of the mind. So the idea is, look here, a very simple thing now, behind the lines. What is behind the line or between the lines? First of all, I cannot run away from my mind. And how many lifetimes am I going to let the mind torment me? This is the second question. First of all, I cannot run away from the mind because if I go to the forest, he's already there. I cannot run away. I cannot escape my mind. Wherever I go, he's there. So then, he goes on tormenting. So the next question I have to ask, second thing now, so how many lifetimes am I going to allow the mind to torment me like that? So at some point, I have to make a resolution. I have to make some resolution that I'm going to take this fellow to task. Isn't it? You cannot keep running away, or being tormented. You have to take this mind to task. And that's why we have all this spirituality. Arjuna also is asking Bhagavan very clearly there in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhu, mana eva manishya, what is that? Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadrina. Tasyam nigraham manye. Vayori vastu dushkara. It is so difficult to control his mind. This thing is chanchal and restless and strong and stubborn and everything, only bad things about mind. He tells them to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells one very simple thing. What is that? One word actually. Abhyasena cha kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. I have to practice vairagya. The one word Bhagavan could offer only for the control of mind. Imagine, for control of mind, Bhagavan could offer only one word. Vairagya. Because really speaking, there is only one word. For controlling this mind, vairagya. Dispassion, detachment. If we don't develop the... Otherwise, I will be tormented for lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime by this mind. This will go on and on and on. There is no end to that. And then it takes me down a path of... The mind takes me down a path of getting worse and worse and worse. It doesn't take me down a path of getting better and better and better unless I take charge of it. If I let the mind take charge of me, it takes me down a path of getting worse, 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 worse. And then what happened? At the end of my life also, I die in tamas. The mind goes naturally as tamas. Tamasic, tamasic, tamasic. And die in tamas. Bhagavan says in Gita, the one who dies in tamas is born next life as animal. Mudha yoni sujayate. Who dies in tamas, it means if I leave the mind now, right? Because of natural degradation in Prakriti, the mind takes me along that path and then I die in tamas. And when I die in tamas, next life, I come back as a sheep, goat, bakri, whatever, see. So I have to decide now, am I going to let this mind take charge of me, or I am going to take charge of the mind? That question, that is in my hand. Huh? And see now next. He describes mind again. How it takes us all along for a ride. So many different paths and all. Kabir yah man maskhara.
Kabir man maskhara.
Kahun to mane ro.
Kahun to mane ros.
Dhamarag Sahib mile.
Dhamarag Sahib mile.
Kahan chale kos kabira.
Kahan chale
kos kabira.
Kahan chale kos.
Kabir Sahib says, Yahamana, maskara. Maskara means a buffoon, a clown, a fool. This mind. Clown. Look here, anything a clown does, you can take serious. Anything a clown does, you can take serious? No. But this mind is like this. Maskara. Clown, buffoon, fool, jester. It means it goes on, the mind goes on building castles in the air. Yes, like that. Kahun to mane ros. And then now, just now we were talking about, I have to take charge of the mind in previous verse, right? I am the one who have to take charge of the mind. Because how many lifetimes am I going to allow the mind to take charge of me? But here, look what he tells now. Kahun to mane ros means to say, if the moment I start taking charge of the mind, this fellow gets angry now. He gets angry. Oh, so you are going to try to take charge of me? I'll show you. Mind is like that or not? The moment you try, say, look here, your mind will be good like this, right? And the moment you go and try to sit down and do some japa, you say, now I'll bring the mind here. Atma samstham manakritva nakinchidapi chintayet. You quote Bhagavad Gita and all to mind. He said, I'll keep the mind inside, and I'll not let it go. The moment you sit for that, the mind tells you what? Oh, I'll show you. And then he's gone like that. So kahun, to manai ros means the moment you try to do this, the mind gets angry, mind reacts. The mind immediately erupts. So now how carefully we have to really approach the mastery of this mind. How carefully we have to approach this thing. He'll give just now, we'll come to it. So carefully, because it is going to come up with all sorts of real anger for us. Ja marag Sahib mile, taha na chale kos. Even if I walk, see, I'm walking along the path. I'm walking somewhere, and I see some guru also, and the mind I feel that, maybe I should stay close to this guru. I should stay close to that Mahatma. I should go. All these people are going satsang. I should also go. If there is any such thing that presents itself in front of this mind, that mind, tahan na chale. That mind says, no. So, even when an opportunity presents itself, some saint, some guru, somebody presents itself, that mind says, nothing doing. That's why Arjuna says, there, drira, that mind is stubborn. Doesn't want to take to the spiritual path. But this monkey mind, which our Swami Vivekanandaji describes, which Kabir Sahib describes here, see, the next one. Yes, top one. कबीर मन मरकट भया
कबीर मन मरकट भया
नेक न कहूँ ठरा
नेक कहूँ ठरा
राम नाम बांधे बिना राम नाम बांधे बिना जित भावे तित जाए कबीरा
जित
भावे तित जाए कबीरा जित भावे तित जाए
जित भावे तित जाए
Kabir man markat bhaya. This mind is markat. Markat means a monkey. You see, Swami Vivekanandaji used to say, I tell you how stronger he used to say. Kabir Sahib is only saying that his mind is a monkey. Kabir Sahib, Swami Vivekanandaji used to say, mind is like a monkey. See now, But not only that, not like any ordinary monkey. Monkey by itself is chanchal, right? All the time. So he said, mine is like a monkey. But it is like a monkey that has drunk a bottle of alcohol. And he didn't stop. Mine is like a monkey that has drunk a bottle of alcohol. And after drinking the bottle of alcohol, into whom a devil has entered. And there also he did not stop. Mine is like a monkey that has drunk a bottle of alcohol and into whom a devil has entered, and then he is stung by a scorpion. He said the mind is like that. This is amazing thing. Kabir man markat bhaya. Mind is this monkey mind. Nek na kahu taharai. It will not alight on anything and sit quietly on anything. Anything you put it on, it will not sit. You know that when you try to concentrate and be on one thing, that time it will not sit. But he says, Ram naam banthe bina, without tying that monkey mind to the name of Ram. without tying that monkey mind to the name of Ram, jit bhave tit jai. As is its whim and fancy, so it will go only. Go everywhere. So what is important there? To tie that mind to the name of Ram. How wonderfully he tells this thing. And I tell you, I'm telling, really, all these things. See, let us say you want to tie your mind to the study of Shastras, right? You don't want to tie your mind to Ram, name of Ram. Okay. You want to study Shastras and you will become a scholar and you go on studying this thing and that thing and the other thing and the other thing. Well, Bhagavan Sri Shankaracharya himself warns about that. What happened there? Shabda jalam maranyam, he said. That is a net of words and ideas and a big forest in the limitless expanse of words and words of Vedas. You will get lost in that thing. And then the moment you see some phrase and somebody explains that phrase and they make a quotation, then you want to go and say, oh, they gave a footnote. I got this from there. Then now you go looking for that book also. Where they got this quotation from. So you go and look for that book and then you want to study that whole book. And then an intellectual pursuit has no end to that. And then after that, you collect all of this intellectual knowledge and sitting there, it has not made any transformation in my life. It has only made me hungry to learn more words and more books and more Shastra. And in Chinmaya mission also, many times we become a victim of that. What, Swamiji, what are you going to take? I'll take Bhaja Govindam. Oh God, Swamiji, please take something else now. We have studied Bhaja Govindam so many times, you know. Bhaja Govindam Moha Mudgara. Bhaja Govindam Moha Mudgara. It is a sledgehammer to our delusion. So when you studied it so many times, did your delusion go? Nashto Moha? Nothing went. Then, and so in other words, we also become victim to that habit of the intellect that it wants to study something else and wants to study something else and wants to study something else. That is Markat mind. That is Markat mind. It just wants to go on and on. So he said, what a wonderful verse, what a wonderful Sakhi. He says, Ram Nam Banthe Bina, without tying that mind to the name of Ram, that mind will just go wild, like Arjuna is describing there, and there is no end to that. And the simplest of things work the best, you know. The simplest of things work the best. That also we don't like. We like highfalutin things. But the simplest thing always work the best. Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram Ram Ram.
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 Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram Ram Ram. Ram Ram Ram.
Syavara Ramachandra ki jai. One fellow went to a Mahatma once. And he told that Mahatma, I have too many cares in the world, I have to do this thing and do that thing and do the other thing, and I am really fed up doing all of this work, taking care of this and taking care of that. And why don't you give me a genie so that the genie will do everything for me? So that Mahatma said, well, I only have one genie available. He's the latest model. And he works 24/7, he works non-stop. So, if I give you this genie, you have to give this genie work 24/7. And if you do not have work for this genie 24/7, he will eat you up. So, he said, yes, I have so much work for this genie. You can give me, I will give him work 24/7. So that Mahatma gave genie to this fellow. He took the genie home. And he told the genie, okay, now cut this lawn. The genie cut the lawn. Now paint this house. And the genie is genius. He is able to do it in a flash. He cut the lawn in 2 minutes. He paint the house in 5 minutes. Then, okay, those logs which are over there, I want you to cut them in small pieces and then split them into firewood. He gave him axe and everything. Go and do it. 10 minutes he is finished. Came back. Now get more work from me. Now he realized that the genie is finishing everything in a flash. And then where he'll get work to give the genie now? And after finishing the logs and all that kind of thing, the genie came in front of the house again and stood there. Now give me work. He said, okay, wait here. I'm going inside the house to get work for you. He went inside the house and opened the back door and ran away from the back door. And he ran to that Mahatma. And that genie came running behind him. Because he cannot find work for him, now he'll eat him. So that Mahatma said, see, I told you, if you don't find work, the genie will eat you up. Man said, please Mahatmaji, do something. He coming. Mahatmaji said, okay, now what you do? You run back home and let the genie cut a tall tree and make a tall pole and bury it in the ground. And tell that genie, climb up. When he reaches the top, tell him, climb down. When he reaches the ground, tell him, climb up. And let him keep climbing up and down, up and down, until you find some work for him to do. So now you give him this thing to do. And if you want to make it more interesting and you want to have some more fun, tell him to put grease on the pole. So that fellow went there and made that genie put that pole on there. And Mahatma say, this genie is the dangerous mind. And going up and down that pole is chanting the name of the Lord over and over, over and over. And if we do not give this dangerous genie of our mind, genius of our mind also, because it comes up with so many things, to do this thing, the mind will eat us up. And that is the idea. So, like that, we have to keep the mind engaged all the time. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Ji used to say, we hold on with one hand to Bhagwan, and with the other hand we do our work. And when we have finished doing the work, with both hands we hold on to Bhagwan, like that. So, when the mind is engaged in doing work, the mind should also be thinking about the Lord. And when the work is done, the work is gone. Now totally we think only of Bhagwan. And we should not make excuse also. We can go on chanting the name all the time. I'm telling you, you go on chanting all sorts of songs, Michael Jackson and this one and that one and everyone. We do it all the time. So we can chant the name of the Lord and do whatever we are doing. Right. Let's see now. कबीर बैरी सबल है,
कबीर बैरी सबल है,
एक जीव रिपुपान,
एक जीव रिपुपान,
अपने अपने स्वाद को बहुत नचावे ना, अपने अपने स्वाद को बहुत नचावे नाच कबीरा, बहुत नचावे नाच कबीरा, बहुत नचावे नाच. Kabir very sabal hai. Now see, he's going on. Now this mind is the mind, of course, Bhagavan Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says the mind can be our friend and can also be our enemy. So this mind, Kabir Sahib is talking about that enemy part. This enemy of the mind, this fellow has 5 weapons also. This enemy has 5 weapons. अपने अपने स्वाद को बहुत नचावे ना. And with those 5 weapons, this mind makes us dance like anything. We all dance to the tune of the mind, which is 5 weapons. See. Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Kuranga Matanga Patanga Meena, Jai Shri Krishna
मुकुंद कृष्ण,
Bringahata Pancha Dhireva Pancha,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
एक प्रमादि सा कथम न हन्यते,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
यस्सेवते पंच धिरेव पंच,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण,
जय श्री कृष्ण मुकुंद कृष्ण.
Bhagavan Shankaracharya describes these 5 enemies, these 5 weapons which the mind has. Which 5 weapons? The 5 senses, 5 tentacles. And he gives in a very famous verse in Vivek Chudamani. Somebody has taken it and they've taken half of it and made another part. What he says? Kuranga Matanga Patanga Meena Bringa Taha. All these 5, they get destroyed. Which 5? An elephant, moth, fish, bee, like that. They get destroyed, all these animals. Why? Because all of them, they are all of them are attached to one of the sense organ. So the elephant is attached to touch. That fellow likes to rub on trees like that, And the moth is attached to sight, so he runs into the fire. And the deer is attached to sound. And the fish is attached to taste. One younger fish is asking an older fish, what is the secret to longevity? Young fish is asking the old fish, what is the secret to longevity? He said, Beta, you never eat anything with strings attached. But if that fish, that thing will be way over there, but through the water he can taste that even from here. His taste is very strong. Like that the various animals. The bee is attached to smell. Like that. So all the 5 senses. Now see what the verse says? It says, each one of them is attached to one sense organ. Think about the plight of a human being that is attached to all 5. They die, hataha, they all die because they were attached to one. And this human, because when the bee smells that and he goes in that flower, the flower closes. And he dies there. Like that. The deer hears the sound and he goes there and falls in a trap. Like that. So, they all get their death because of one. What about Yas sevate pancha bhireva pancha? What is human being? What plight he has? In this question, ek pramadi sa katham nahanyate? This human being who is attached to all 5, how he will not get destroyed? That is like a question. Katham. Question is there in the verse. You see? So, Sahib is telling that this mind has 5 weapons, these 5 sense organs. Apne apne swad ko. All of them, they like their own things. And the eyes want to see this, the ears want to hear that, and the tongue want to taste. Well, tongue is, that is the nuke of weapons actually. The nuke of weapons is tongue actually. This fellow has 3 sense organs on him, you know that? The tongue has 3 sense organs on one organ. 3 senses on one organ. It is the most powerful organ in this body. Because the tongue can taste, the tongue can also touch, and the tongue has vak indriya also, speech. So on one of them, all 3, most powerful. Apne apne swad ko, they all like to do their own things, these 5 senses. And bahutana chawai nach, and they make us dance, dance, dance. It's amazing how we dance. We have all become good dancers. You see, you never know that you're a good Kathak dancer, isn't it? We are a good Kathak dancer for these senses and all. These kind of things we don't usually think about, but this is actually what it is. But therefore, what we have to do, draw this mind, pull it back like Bhagavan. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyaitat. Pull it. Atmanyeva vasham nayet. Like that he tells. Bring it inside. Sahib also tells the same thing. See this. मन मुरीद संसार है,
मन मुरीद संसार है,
गुरु मुरीद कोई साथ, गुरु
मुरीद कोई साथ,
जो माने गुरु बचन को ताका माता दा, जो माने गुरु बचन को ताका माता दा, ताका माता दा। samsar hai. He said, this mind, and how all, I told you on one of the previous days, how he uses all sarcastic words. This is an example of them, of this. What? Man murid samsar hai. See, murid means a disciple, a follower, a fan, a chela. This is murid. So he says, mind is a disciple, a chela, a fan, not of guru, of samsara. Mind is a murid of samsara. Man murid samsar hai. But what we have to do? Guru murid koi saath. One rare sadhu, sadhaka, spiritual aspirant, he makes the mind a disciple of the guru. Otherwise, baki sab log, mind is murid of samsara. Samsara, you know, samyak sarati, that which is going on very nicely, changing all the time. Samsara is that which is changing. If you study just the one word, you will realize how deluded this mind is. And you see, in Sanskrit, the samsara is called as vyaya prakriti. What is the word in Sanskrit? Vyaya prakriti. Vyaya prakriti means the prakriti which is all the time changing. Changing. And now you see, you study the word samsara, samyak sarati, all the time moving. Moving means changing. It changes its position, changes its time, changes its nature, changes its appearance, changes. Like that. So now, that one word if you study and see, the mind has become a disciple of that. And let's study that word. I'll tell you, see. They said, he who has gyan. Listen to that. Huh? He who has gyan, he sees sar. Sar means the essence of the universe. There's an essence behind the whole universe. So he who has gyan, he sees the sar. He who has vairagya, detachment, dispassion, he sees this whole universe as asar. Asar means essenceless, so he is detached from everything. The one who has gyan sees sar, the essence behind the universe. The one who has vairagya, he sees every object in the world as asar. Asar means essenceless. Nothing has nothing to give to me. And the one who has neither gyan nor vairagya, he sees samsara. So, we are seeing a samsara in front of us, which is vyaya prakriti, which is all the time changing. And you know, in a changing world, nothing is constant. Right? So to reflect on that word a little bit. Something which is changing, can you ever know it? Can we ever know this world? Anyway, if this thing is changing, right? And I try to know it, and let us say, I come to know it, by the time I have known it, it has. And it is worse than that. You think that is bad? Listen to the next part of that. That is still not yet bad. Huh? By the time I know it, it has changed. My dear, by the time you know it, your mind also has changed. Because that is part of the samsara also or not? So a changing thing is trying to know another changing thing. Kya baat hai? What do you know? So, this mind is a fan or chela of that samsara. What a wonderful thing. So he says, Guru Murid koi sadh, but one special sadhaka, spiritual aspirant, that person, he is a chela of the Guru. Guru Murid koi sadh. Jo mane Guru Bachan ko, the one who has become a chela really of the Guru, and he pays heed to the words of the Guru, taka mata agat. He comes to discover, he comes to know the unfathomable reality. The unfathomable reality is agat. There's one more thing I want to tell you. Tulsidas ji writes very nicely this thing. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Charit Ram ke saguna bhavani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Tar ki न जाहि बुद्धि मन बानी.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
अस विचारी जे परम विरागी.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
राम ही भजहि तर्क सब त्यागी.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
जय रघुराम.
Jaya Rama.
जय सीताराम.
Jaya Sita Rama.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. तुलसीदास जी writes, you see, this universe which we see in front of us is called as Saguna Ram. Saguna Ram. And Nirguna Ram is the Ram which is the essence, the substratum of the whole universe. So Tulsidas ji says, Hey Bhavani, Bhagavan Shankar is telling to Bhavani in Ramcharitmanas, Charita Ram ke Saguna. Saguna means Rama has manifested as this universe, that Saguna Bhavani, Tarki na jahi buddhi mana bani. Buddhi, mana and bani means the mind, the intellect and speech could never ever rationalize and come to understand and know anything about Saguna Ram even. What to talk about? Nirguna Ram. Science is going on trying to figure out this universe. Going on trying to figure out the universe, isn't it? That is a wild goose. Wild goose. Now they have, because of James Webb, they just some years ago sent up James Webb, and they have discovered countless things now which they cannot explain. Before sending up James Webb, they had nice theories and they were working. All the theories were working. And now they have discovered so many things, none of which they could explain. And there are so many countless things which they are talking about, dark matter and antimatter, and or the universe which we are seeing is only like 7% of matter, and the other 93% is dark matter or antimatter, and they don't know what it is. They are coming up with so many countless. Arey, you should have read Ramcharitmanas, this line. On and on it is going on. And he said, therefore in the next line he says, Asabichari, understanding this, thinking about this, that you could never figure out even this Saguna Ram. What to talk about? Nirguna Ram. Thinking like that. Je Parama Viragi, those who are supremely detached people, what they do? Bhajahi Ram. Tarka Savatyagi. Bhajahi Ram, Tarka Savatyagi. Give up all this, what do you call, rationalization and all the logic and all the other thing, and just worship Ram. That's why Sahib is telling, tie the mind to the name of Ram. All the other things, they will fall apart somewhere. The theories work well for some time, but jo mane Guru Vachan ko, this one who has become a real fan of the Guru, a chela of the Guru, taka mata agad, his understanding becomes fathomless. His understanding, agad means without any end, so deep. So the one who has become a disciple of the Guru, what to do with his mind? He tells. Remember, topic is mind. Let that mind become a chela of the Guru, And then what? मन ही को परमोधिये, मन ही को
परमोधिये,
मन ही की उपदेश,
मन ही की उपदेश,
जो यह मन को बसी करे,
को बसी करे,
शीश होय सब दे,
शीश होय सब दे,
शीश होय सब दे,
शीश होय सब दे।
मन ही को Paramodhiye means make the mind a jnani, make the mind a full of jnana. How? Manhi ki upadesh. Go on giving the mind proper teaching all the time. And we have to be careful because the mind will outsmart us, you know. You have to be careful. Teach the mind the proper thing all the time. It means you go on imbibing proper knowledge. And that's why guru, guru, guru every time. Because proper knowledge will only come from a guru. See, one Panditji, he wanted to cross the Karmanash Nadi. You know there is a river called Karmanash, huh? Oh. Well, there is Ganga Nadi, you know. Surasari, Ganga. So Ganga is the one that brings an end to Pap. Papanash, right? Ganga destroys Pap. So when you go and take a bath there, dip there, the Papa gets destroyed. Well, there's another Nadi which is called the Karmanash, or Punya gets destroyed. So nobody wants to take a dip in Karmanash. Tulsidaji talked about Karmanash in Ramcharitmanas many times. Maybe I told in the past and you forgot. But Karmanash Nadi is there, right? So now, one Panditji, he wanted to cross that Karmanash because on the next side, he wanted to perform a shadi where he'll get some good money, you know. But now if he goes through that Karmanash, he wades through that water, then all his punya will, all his merit will get destroyed. So he stood on the bank now. Now he also already calculated. On that side, I will get so much and so much money. So he told from this side, well, is there anybody on this side who wants to take me on his shoulders and take me on that side? And I will give so much and so much money, because he knew how much he was going to get, and so he offered a big sum of money. Anybody who wants to take me on that side for $100? So everybody looked at each other. So then, nobody said. And one Pahalwan was there. Pahalwan, you know? One big wrestler fellow. That Pahalwan, okay, Babaji, I will take you. So the Panditji sat down on the shoulder, here, of the Pahalwan. And he started wading through that water. It was not very high, you know, like that much. And unfortunately, in the middle of the river, there was a big stone, a big rock under the water. The Pahalwan's foot went on the rock. And taram, both of them fell inside. Another Panditji was sitting behind, looking at this whole spectacle. He said, "Arey, sab punya nasht ho gaya, Pandit ka." All the Pandits' punya has gone away when he fell in Karmanash. So another Mahatma Ji, he was sitting close by, and he said very nicely. I'm telling this story so that you have to see the mind. That Mahatma Ji said very nicely, you see, no. When he fell in this river, his punya did not go away, The moment he decided to pay money for another person's punya to go away, to save his own punya, that time his punya went away. Is it correct or not? So, the mind plays tricks with us in so many myriad ways. And sometimes when somebody says something that sounds logical also, we think it is true. So the Pandit who is sitting there, his punya went away when he fell there. But Mahatmas are the ones we are supposed to follow, you know. So we have to make sure that the upadesh we are giving to the mind is the upadesh that is gotten from the Mahatmas. That is why we have upadesha sar. Not upadesh from this world and from Google. I told you that yesterday. Not upadesh from Google. Teaching from Google. And said, Jo yaham man ko basi kare. Siish hoy sabadesh. And the one who can really bring his mind under his control, the whole world becomes his disciple. The whole world becomes that person's disciple. That's how the Buddha became the teacher of the whole world. Because he brought his mind under his own control. Yes, that is the idea. Alright, I think I have told so much about mind. I put more verses, but I cannot finish them now. My time is gone over. But this is just verses. Countless verses are there on mind. I just chose some, thinking, let me see how much I'll finish. All right. We'll have announcements and then we'll have Arati. A very special thank you to Sahib for coming and singing today.
Hari Om. I think, Swamiji, thank you very much for explaining to us how the mind is controlling us all the time. And the best way to control the mind is take the name of the Lord, which is the easiest way for us to do it.
Yes.
I have a couple of announcements. Swamiji is having a half-day retreat in our Scarborough campus. So if anyone is interested, there are some flyers outside as well. Please contact Suchitra and you can attend, you can get the address and everything. And I don't have a time here, but it's in the morning, or 10 a.m. to noon. 8 Seasons Drive in Scarborough. So if you would like to attend, this will be a very, very beautiful satsang. And coming up in August, Swami Ishwarananda is coming here just for the weekend, August 16th and 17th. So save the date. We'll have more details for you later. But it's going to be 2 full days of retreat from morning 7 o'clock till 4 in the afternoon. It will be combining Ayurveda with our Gita Gyan, and with we will have a psychologist here to explain certain things. So it's going to be a very interactive and fully, if that's the word, immersible 2-day retreat. So please save the date and we'll have more details as it becomes available. Thank you.
Arti. Arati Shri Chinmaya Sadguru ki Divya Rupa Murati Karuna ki Arati Sadguru ki
उपनिषद गीता को गाया, धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया। शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की, आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की, आरती सद्गुरु की। सिद्ध बारिकी तपोभूमि में, नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे। भक्त हृदयानंद स्रोत की, आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की, आरती सद्गुरु की, आरती सद्गुरु की, आरती सद्गुरु की।
ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव,
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 ओम गुरुदेव जय
ओम गुरुदेव जय
गुरुदेव।
गुरुदेव।
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। बोले सतगुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, कबीर साहेब की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते, हर हर महादेव।